Hey friends, Discovering with Lulu here. I love this Fairlife milk, and I don't know how many cartons or bottles I've thrown away after I've been done, but one day I was throwing it in the garbage and something told me, grab that bottle. Is that plastic wrap around it or is that part of the carton? So I'm like, wow, this can be removed. So I said, I'm going to save this and use it for a project one day. So I cleaned it all out and had it sitting on my shelf, and I realized how easy that was to remove that plastic layer. And I saw a snowman. What do you think? Do you see snowman? Do you know they make this in chocolate, and so the bottle's brown, and you could make a gingerbread or a reindeer with that? Wouldn't that be cute? I think I'm gonna have to go buy some chocolate milk. Anyway, so I'm just cutting off the top. There's little ridges in there, and I'm just cutting the top one because I want to make a stocking hat with it. So I want it to show some separation. And then I'm going to take one layer of that off, and I'm going to, once we get this done, it's got a real sharp edge, so I'm going to use a lighter and just kind of like soften it up a little. And I realized, since I'm putting the top over that, I really didn't need to do the bottom one, but I did both the bottom layer and the top layer. So once we get that the way we want, and be very careful, because if you use your heat tool or the lighter, it can melt really faster than you want and give you ruin your little bottle. So there we go. Look at how you have the stocking hat. And I'm going to keep that on there, and I don't really need to glue it on because it fits really tight. So now we're going to make a stocking hat once we get this on there nice and tight. Just kind of squeeze the bottom in to get it fitted. I screw the lid on, and now we're going to make the stocking hat because the bottom part is just a painted face. So I have this fabric. It's it's flannel, and I just cut it to the size. It was a scrap piece that I had to add a little bit to a layer because I was just like a 1/4 inch shy of wrapping it around. And we'll just cut it to size as we go. So here we go, and see, I like the size it is. And we're going to use some faux fur that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I keep all those scraps because you never know when you can use it, and always look for the sales. Mine was bought as a remnant. So I have this piece of faux fur that we're going to put along the top, and I'm just using hot glue. Now I just have that there, and it can be really rough because we're going to put the fabric around that and tie it around the bottom to make it look like a pom-pom. So just get the fur that you want. I'm pulling it up to make it a little rounder so it has that pom-pom look. And now we're just going to hot glue the fabric, the flannel fabric. So cute, pine cones and berries. It's beautiful for the winter. So there we go. We're just gluing that on with hot glue, and it's good to do it laying down because then you can just control it better and just kind of roll it on and put the hot glue. Now, once we get this done, it'll just be time to get that secure and embellish it. Now, I'm going to have to cut it a little shorter because it is a little long, but I can do that while before I tie it up. So I'm just tying some red leather here around it. I happen to have that in the house also. This is just all scraps and recycled stuff that we're using to make this today. You know, when you look, you don't realize how much stuff you have laying around the house. So I took a little piece of that faux fur to give it a little brim, around the stocking hat, and that just really made it look wintry. It's so cute. Makes it look cozy, comfy. I wish I had one like that. So now we're just going to embellish it, and I have some pine accents scraps that I put a piece on there with the red leather, and then once I get that tied on, I am just going to glue a little red cardinal on there, and then I have some little berries that are kind of sparkly, and put 3 of those on there by the cardinal. And then that's done. Look how cute that is. Now all we have to do is paint a face. Now, I am not a painter. You guys will never see me do anything really fancy in painting. So I have all these googly eye, different sizes and colors. So I'm putting 2 medium-sized ones on there. And I always say to buy at Easter time carrots, because you can use those for snowman noses. So I cut one in half lengthwise, and I'm just putting a little mouth on there with a marker. I guess I could have put some little black buttons for next time. And here's another one that I did prior, very similar, just using the red and black lumberjack check. And there we go. It's just so cute. What do you think? Would you like to give that a try? Or you can make those with the kiddos. Just do some supervision with them if you do, and have some fun. Let me know in the comments if this is something you'd try. I hope you like me and come on back and see some more. Bye-bye.